does the American president have the legal right to capture the leader of another country? It sounds like the plot of a Hollywood thriller. Diplomatic immunity is supposed to be the ultimate shield, a line that cannot be crossed. But 35 years ago, the United States didn't just cross that line, they obliterated it. They launched a full-scale military invasion, burned neighborhoods, and blasted rock music at an embassy for days, all to arrest one man. His name was Manuel Noriega, and his capture created a legal blueprint that is being dusted off right now in 2026. If you want to understand what's happening with Venezuela today, you have to understand what happened in Panama in 1989. This is the story of the Noriega precedent. To understand the capture, we first have to understand the betrayal. For decades, Manuel Noriega wasn't an enemy of the United States. In fact, he was on the payroll. As the head of Panama's military intelligence, he was a key CIA asset during the Cold War. But Noriega was playing a dangerous double game. While he was helping the U.S. fight communism, he was allegedly helping cartels move massive amounts of cocaine into Miami. By 1988, the relationship had soured. The U.S. Department of Justice did something unprecedented. They indicted a sitting foreign leader on drug trafficking charges. This was the key. They didn't charge him with political crimes. They labeled him a drug trafficker. And that label stripped away the protection of being a head of state. It was the legal loophole the U.S. needed. On December 20th, 1989, President George H.W. Bush pulled the trigger. Operation Just Cause began. Over 27,000 U.S. troops descended on Panama. It was the largest American combat operation since Vietnam. The fighting was intense and controversial. Entire neighborhoods like El Chorrillo were engulfed in flames. But the target, Noriega, had vanished. He had slipped away and sought asylum in the last place anyone expected, the Vatican Embassy. Since it was technically foreign soil, U.S. troops couldn't storm the building. So, the U.S. Army tried a different tactic: psychological warfare. They surrounded the embassy with massive speakers and blasted heavy metal and rock music 24 hours a day. Panama by Van Halen, I Fought the Law by The Clash. It was a bizarre standoff. But after days of pressure, and with the nuncio pleading for him to leave, Noriega surrendered on January 3rd, 1990. In plain English, this doctrine says that a court doesn't care how a defendant got into the courtroom, even if they were kidnapped. Once you are physically in the U.S., you can be tried. Noriega was convicted and sentenced to 40 years. He died in Panama in 2017. So, does the American president have the right to capture the Venezuelan president legally, according to U.S. courts? Yes. The precedent is set. Look at the charges against the Venezuelan leadership today. They are almost identical to Noriega's. Narco-terrorism. The strategy is the same: criminalize the leader to bypass their diplomatic immunity. The only difference is the method. In 1989, it was an invasion. Today, the U.S. is using massive multi-million-dollar bounties, hoping someone on the inside will do the capturing for them. The capture of Manuel Noriega proved that if the U.S. classifies a foreign leader as a criminal threat to its citizens, borders and titles don't matter. Whether this is a triumph of justice or a violation of international sovereignty, that depends on who you ask. But I want to know what you think. Is the Noriega precedent a necessary tool for justice or a dangerous power for one nation to have? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into history, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next story.